Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 10, powered by Royal Ranthambore, Green Lamb, Apollo 24/7 and Poco Mobiles.
Ladies and gentlemen, the whole country is talking about it. At least 8 people have died, been killed in Rampurhat in Birbhum. The deaths come after a TMC local leader was killed. The allegation, backed by a lot of facts, is that this is a barbaric, ghastly, political revenge killing. Should it be true that women and children are killed for revenge? Ladies and gentlemen, women and little children being killed for political revenge, then this is a horrific collapse of law and order. This is what happened, in case you missed the developments, and then we debate.
At least 12 people were killed in a massacre in the Bogtui village of Birbhum district in West Bengal. Among those 12 people, 10 were women and 2 were children. This massacre happened after the killing of a local TMC leader Bhadu Sheikh on a bomb attack. So some people are claiming that this is a revenge killing. But whether this is a revenge killing or not, such unprecedented incident has never happened in West Bengal before.
The tension is increasing after the political violence in Rampurhat of the Birbhum district, where the vice head of Panchayat, Bhadu Sheikh, has been brutally attacked and killed with crude bomb. After the incident, some people came to this Bogtui village and the entire village was set fire.
To investigate the Rampurhat massacre, the West Bengal police has constituted a special investigation team. But the opposition parties are not at all happy with this sit. They are demanding a CBI inquiry of this. Not only that, the principal opposition party of West Bengal, BJP, is repeatedly demanding a central interference into the law and order situation of West Bengal.
আজকে সকালে দিকে যখন আগুনটা প্রায় পুরোটা নেমে গেছিল তখন ফায়ার ব্রিগেড টিম যখন একটা বাড়ির ভিতরে ঢুকলো তো সেই বাড়ির ভিতরে ওখানে 7টা ডেড বডি পাওয়া গেল যেটা কি চার্ড হয়ে গেছিল
West Bengal State BJP Chief Shukanta Majumdar had met Amit Shah, and Home Minister Amit Shah, meeting him, he said that they want agencies from center can be intervening in this process, because in this situation for this massacre in Rampurhat, they only seek for central investigation like NIA and CBI. They don't have any trust in state police and even in CID.
On this horrific incident, the ruling party Trinamool Congress is trying to neutralize the situation. They say the probe is on, but it's a clear case of conspiracy from the opposition party. The BJP is raising tough questions against Mamata Banerjee and her party. They are alleging the law and order situation of the state of West Bengal has been totally collapsed.
ममता बनर्जी जो मुख्यमंत्री हैं पश्चिम बंगाल की, उनसे ये सवाल भारतीय जनता पार्टी पूछती है। अपने विपक्ष की जिम्मेदारी का निर्वहन करके कानून व्यवस्था की जिम्मेदारी ममता जी किसकी है? क्या पश्चिम बंगाल में इंसान की जान की कोई कीमत नहीं है?
Politics of violence is nothing new in Bengal. In the left front era also, we have seen a number of incidents, and in recent times also, we have seen in Purulia and North 24 Parganas, where just after winning the municipal elections, 2 councillors were shot dead in broad daylight, and one CCTV footage was shockingly shown that this incident has become part of Bengal politics.
पूरा स्टेट का हालत बहुत गंभीर है। पिछले एक हफ्ता में 26 ब्रूटली मर्डर हुआ है डिफरेंट पार्ट में।
Violence is undeniable, but the question is whether the ruling party in charge of maintaining law and order take the responsibility. Let's debate.
If this is not a political revenge killing, then I don't know what is. With us this evening, Nupur Sharma, national spokesperson of the BJP, Ratan Sharda, and Ishkaran Bhandari on one side, Professor Manojit Mandal on the other side, and Mohammad Tausif Rehman and Shreya Pandey of the Trinamool on the other side. Now, Shreya, there is a Trinamool leader who dies, Bhadu Sheikh, and then a mob attacks the village where those from the other political side stayed, and they set the houses on fire. 10 people, at least 10 die. Of these, the majority are women and the rest are children. This is a political revenge killing. I think it is better if the Trinamool owns up to it. The killing of women and children, their bodies are charred beyond recognition. The houses are set on fire. And even the fire department officials are not allowed to reach the spot. Which means the idea is to set the people on fire, to kill women, to kill children. No flesh is left on the bodies anymore. Ashes are collected on blankets. I know that you are in power, but people are watching. People of Bengal are watching this. This is brutality of another level altogether. But what is even more brutal is the dismissive nature of the Trinamool Congress. No. It's just an accident. No, some people, they say, some people want to disturb the stability of politics in Bengal. It's a conspiracy against the Trinamool Congress. How? How is it a conspiracy, Shreya? Did 10 people, women and children, kill themselves as part of a conspiracy against the Trinamool Congress? You believe that?
Arnab, Mamata Banerjee, in her letter to the governor, has written that it's a very unfortunate incident. Nobody supports women and children dying. Whoever kills women, children, anybody, whoever kills anybody, I'm not sure is supported by which political party. It's a very unfortunate incident which has happened. I cannot come to a conclusion, as we are not astrologers or we are not police, that without being at the spot, that who has killed who. Because the Trinamool...
Who has killed who means?
Nobody is talking about this, that the guy who died, who has killed who, as in which part, which people have killed the TMC worker? Why are we not saying that the same people have killed the people in the village?
I'm asking you...
We are coming to a conclusion from the beginning.
Shreya, I'm not coming to any conclusion. I am putting the facts before you. I am putting the facts before you. And within a few hours after the murder, alleged murder of the Trinamool leader Bhadu Sheikh, right? Within a few hours of that,
Bhadu Sheikh's brother also died in a similar incident last year.
so how are the children
Similar
responsible?
incident last year.
How are the
Nobody
women
talks about that.
responsible? Why were the women and children killed?
I understand.
No, I want to
how-
know who did it and who is so
No,
powerful in
the
the area
women and
that even the
children have
local
been
fire
killed.
brigade was not allowed, which means they were locked up in their house, they
No,
were
the
set
local
on
fire
fire,
brigade
they
did
were
breach.
set on fire,
No, the
they were
local fire
locally
brigade did
influential.
breach.
How did the children die?
The police is probing
Is
into the matter.
Allow me.
The police is probing into the
No,
matter.
no, probing
The
is what?
CID,
Probing whom?
Sorry.
Probing whom? Is this a revenge killing or not?
I don't think it's a revenge killing. I
Then-
don't think it's a political killing.
Then are
at
you
all.
trying to say it's an
Killers are
accident?
Not from a political
No,
party. I will
no,
not
how
like
is
to
the
accuse-
killing time? Okay, 1 minute,
No.
Except that who's killing whom.
No, one second. One second. How is this?
Why are you suppressing Shreya? You can talk to. You are suppressing someone. No, you are suppressing someone. You wants to own it, and you are deciding whether TMC has done it or not. Why are you torturing someone, and why do you want someone to own it? How come you are deciding what happened actually? You tell me.
So you tell me. No. Let me ask you this. Okay, Mohammad Tausif Rahman, since you are coming in to defend the Trinamool Congress, my question to you is, okay, here's a question. Eyewitnesses. Allow me. Why don't you listen? Shreya can defend herself. You wait a minute. The question here is,
Eyewitness Arnab.
eyewitnesses are saying that within a few
Why?
hours
Who is the
after
eyewitness,
the
Arnab?
murder of the Trinamool leader, right, the houses were set on fire. Why were the
are we
houses set
saying
on
that
fire?
The same people who murdered why are we not saying? Why are we saying that the same people who murdered the Trinamool Congress leader, the same people could have killed them?
Who murdered the Trinamool Congress leader? What are you talking about? Were these children, did the children kill the Trinamool Congress leader? The children whose bodies are charred beyond recognition. Did the women kill the Trinamool Congress leader? I do not understanding your logic here.
Whoever killed
There's not a whoever here.
I'm not saying any. I don't know who's killed who.
I'm giving you a rebuttal. No, I'm giving you a
saying that
rebuttal. You
who's
have to
killed who.
understand.
Just 1 minute. Can I have Tausif quiet, please? I'm talking to. I'm talking to Shreya and Nupur, please. Thank you, Anand. If you want to be blind and not see the reality, you know what people in Bengal are saying about this today, Shreya? You ask anyone today, okay? Ask anyone. Ask
Nobody's
anyone in
saying
Bengal
anything.
today.
No, Arnab, no. BJP always has a problem in alleging Mamata Bandyopadhyay for everything.
You can't play
But
the
that's
victim
not
card all the
case.
time either,
Because if
Shreya.
she's
You can't
not
play the
handling
victim card
state-
all the time either. Nobody's buying the victim card, not in
we are not
Bengal,
playing the victim
not in
card, but
India.
then let the
The
police do
victims
its bit.
are those women and children who were locked up and burnt alive. They are the
They
victims
are.
here. The
They are
Trinamool
the
Congress
victims.
is not the victim here.
They are
No
victims. No, they are the victims. But who gets to decide that who killed who? The police.
Arnab, can I please
The
Can I
police
please
decides
speak,
this.
Arnab?
The SIT.
I would not start by saying good evening to you. Can I please, Arnab?
Yep.
If she's going to eat up my time as well, what's the point on even discussing this? I will not start the evening by saying good evening. There's nothing good about this evening. And what is actually unfortunate is you have somebody officially coming from TMC and blatantly accept what a useless, helpless, and absolutely vindictive administration she's sought to defend and represent on TV today. Well, madam, even if for a second or nanosecond we were to accept your theory that those killers who killed the TMC worker went on and locked up 12 houses from outside, killed 10 people, 7 charred bodies were found from the same house, and a news report says that not a single living male member remains in any of the families which have survived this massacre. Allow me, Arnab, I did not heckle her. I did not heckle her, Arnab. Please, Arnab, you have to allow me to finish. I cannot.
Okay, let her finish, Shreya, and then come back. Yeah, thank you.
Nobody spoke over her except for somebody from our own team. This is not the way to debate.
Okay, it's all right. Let's come back to the
I do believe
issue.
the media reports. Maybe you don't. The fact is a media report said not a single living male member remains in the vicinity in the area after this massacre of yesterday. So I am to assume today, as per what Madam whoever she is says, that, perhaps the same group which killed the TMC worker next day killed the remaining families, locked up 12 houses, burnt them, stopped the, fire ambulances from, fire tenders from reaching. So that means you belong to a completely lawless state. So who does the responsibility actually accrue to? Where does the buck stop? The Home Minister happens to be Mamata Banerjee. So thank you for accepting on national television tonight that Mamata Banerjee has failed and the government of West Bengal has failed, that in spite of a killing by a bomb attack of a TMC worker, the next day, the very city you just did,
Shreya, 1 minute, Shreya is responding. Nupur, 1 minute, Nupur, 1 minute, let her respond. Nupur, hear her, Nupur, 1 minute, Nupur, 1 minute. Point here is, Shreya, and no, 1 second. Point here is, and just a minute. What are the facts here? Because some people.
Allow me to just rattle out some facts.
You are speaking on speculation.
Allow me to rattle out some facts. Please, Arnab, just give me 10 seconds. Yeah, I'm speculating. But you've accepted that maybe the same group which killed Badhu Sheikh, burned these houses. You just said that. I didn't. You made that up. Perhaps you should know. So you have accepted on national television Mamata Banerjee's Home Minister has failed in controlling law and order. Now, Arnab, now this is interesting. April 22nd, 2014 in Birbhum, two killed because TMC leader Ismail Sheikh's house was busy making bombs. February 27, 2016 in Birbhum, Bipat Gorai house goes off in a bomb blast because he and his cohorts were busy making bombs. February 22nd, 2017,
nothing happens in Delhi, nothing happens in Rajasthan, nothing happens in Kerala.
Because he was busy making bombs. August 16, 2020, August 16, 2020, Murshidabad, Humayun Kabir dies, a TMC worker, because he was busy making a bomb. February 1st, 2016, 80 crude bombs and bomb-making material were recovered from the house of TMC leader Saroj Ghosh in Birbhum. These are facts I'm reading out from the Home Ministry of West Bengal government. You may shout on me as much as you want. You may heckle me as much as you want. But you cannot deny that the Honorable High Court of the West Bengal last year after May 2nd, 2021 admonished the West Bengal government and sought a CBI probe. The fact is, you are a vindictive, vengeful administration.
1 minute. Now, I go back to the facts of this case. Okay, I go back to the facts of the case, and Professor Manojit Mandal, please come into the debate with
Rat. You're here to debate about the case.
Yeah.
I don't think you're here for debating about the case. We all want to find out who has killed who and how they were killed, who put the fire. Everybody wants it. Even our Chief Minister, I think everybody in India who's looking at the news today.
Arnab, you should perhaps call somebody on debate who is a little aware of
okay, just a minute. Okay, Nupur, the fact is, I need us to be a little honest to each other about it instead of running away from the facts. And Manojit Mandal, this is a incident which has shocked the whole country, and I do think, whatever support, and you may be with the Trinamool Congress, one has to look at the humanity of it or the absence of it. I just want to tell you, viewers, that 5 houses with the residents inside were set on fire and locked up. And there were women and children inside. No longer, allow me Manojit, all of Bengal is shocked beyond measure that what is going on here? Political violence to this extent. And the fact is also, the people who are locked up with the residents inside and then set on fire. This is not an accident. This was done to extract revenge. And has this not been suggested by the police itself that this could be a revenge killing? Why be in denial anymore? People are judging you now, Manojit, and they have a right to.
Arnab.
The bodies are charred beyond recognition.
People have
for no fault of theirs. Women and 2 children have died. No flesh is left on the bodies anymore. I don't want to be graphic about it. The people who were trapped inside had no way. They were locking and trying to break down the doors. They could not. Can you imagine? The women and children were burnt alive.
By shouting like this.
No, it's not about shouting like this. It's about realization.
Are you trying to
Tell me who in Bengal today, if the Trinamool says we are the victims here, who's going to accept it?
You are talking about the law. We are 50 kilometers away from this particular place.
I want to talk about this incident. I will not go 1 kilometer away. I will be on this incident. Either you debate this incident with me or you don't. You have to debate this incident with me. And viewers, I want to tell you there are horrific images. I'm not talking about 3 days back. I'm talking about Rampurhat. I am talking about Rampurhat. Don't do whataboutery with me. Don't do whataboutery with me. Debate Rampurhat with me. Talk about Rampurhat.
I will talk about Rampurhat. The government of West Bengal has taken the matter very seriously. That's why the highest investigative agency has been put in place. 12 people have been arrested. What are we talking about? 12 people have already been arrested. And yes, they are looking into the motives of this very ghastly killing. Nobody is taking the matter lightly. The Chief Minister has seized up the matter. The highest investigative agency of the state is into the action, and the culprits will be nabbed, whoever they are, irrespective of their political color. I assure you, they will be arrested. In fact, as I mentioned, 12 of them have already been arrested. But does that suggest
I have not forgotten the debate after the violence in Bengal after elections.
What are you doing in Uttarakhand?
Now you come to UP.
What are you doing in Tamil Nadu, in your own states?
Can I come back to whataboutery? Are you talking whataboutery? In UP, after the massive victory of BJP, not a single violent incident took place. In Bengal, after the election...
Okay, 1 minute, Ratan Sharda, one of you stop because I can't hear both of you together. 1 minute. Monojit, I request you. Monojit, I just want you to hear me for a moment. Please don't shout. Please don't shout.
The Chief Minister has taken oath.
Please don't shout.
Nothing of this sort happened.
Please don't
and
shout.
now it has happened.
Yeah.
We are very concerned about this.
Monojit said he should not shout. Why are you shouting? Why are you shouting now? Has your lecture got over?
Okay, now.
Can I speak now?
Don't need to provoke each other. Tausif will respond after Ratan Sharda.
Can I speak?
Yeah, okay, thank you. Ratan Sharda now, please. Ratan Sharda. I just want to say one thing before you come in, Ratan Sharda. The images, the women and children asphyxiated, burnt in such a gruesome way that the families were not even being able to perform proper rites and bid them a farewell. This is the situation which has happened today.
See, this is the complete inhuman debasement
of West Bengal
of the society. Monojit already spoke, man. He already spoke. Please. It is inhuman debasement of society which is a result of continuously closing our eyes to Bengal violence. Every time we say Bengal is a violent state, every time we try to find excuse that post-war violence is always there in Bengal. When hundreds of people died, when villages were attacked, people here came on debate saying this is nothing. They laughed at it, they ridiculed the entire violence. They negated it till the court came down heavily on it. In a state where the state government is in cahoots with police is in cahoots with the ruling party, and no violence can be challenged, no person gets any punishment. FIRs are difficult to file. At that time, I'm not even talking of BJP-TMC. Point is, have we reached a stage where trying to protect so-called secular governments and simply keep quiet on the violence that happens in these countries, these states? You talked about UP. UP elections, despite massive BJP, not a single violent incident, nobody was hurt, no houses were burned, no rapes took place. And what about Bengal? So Bengal, we have let the society degrade to a level where violence is taken a part of life. No political party, whether starting from Congress, Siddharth Shankar Ray, or CPM, or TMC, have ever said we will stop violence. Never. Ask them anybody in any debate, have they said we will not allow violence?
Thank you,
if
sir.
a state defies there is no violence, there can be no violence. Check out any state where the police is strong. But we will not do it because secular violence is fine. because women being burnt to death, children being burnt to death, can be discussed with what about questions? Is it human to talk about what about questions when women and children lose life and that too so cruelly? What is the excuse? Excuse is that police will not take action, ultimately will go off the hook, because that is what is happening in last 7 years of TMC rule or 10 years of TMC rule.
No, I think it's become a, there's been a feeling here that there's been a sense of complete denial. There's been Mohammad Tausif Rahman, please, before you come back into the debate, I want Ishkaran to come in. Nupur, coming to you. There's been a sense of denial. This denial will not work. This denial will not work. This sense of complete denial. The whole country's talking. The fact is, the law and order situation in Bengal is real. Is real. And
Arnab, I just want 2 minutes.
Professor, let me speak.
A civilized debate. I don't want anything else. I don't want anything else.
Let's not shout.
No,
let's not shout. It's a question to me. Let me speak.
I just want a civilized
Let me speak. It's a question to me. Let me speak. You have had your turn. Let other people also speak, and then you can come in after I finish speaking. Let's do it in an orderly manner. Let us do it in the orderly manner. Let me just finish my point.
Okay, Tausif, should we let Ishkaran complete and then take your full reaction? Thank you. We have time. Yeah.
Arnab, see the depravity that in 2022, we are sitting and discussing that bodies have been charred of women and children, and the defense that comes is by one of the spokespeople, the first person was that whether it could be done by the people who killed the leader or somebody else, whether it was X, Y or Z, it's a law and order problem, and that is the responsibility of the state. Even if we take that defense that a TMC leader was killed, even that leader should not have been killed. And who had to protect him? The state law and order machinery. If what has happened to these people was a revenge or a conspiracy or anything, whose responsibility was it to prevent? The state government. So I don't understand how they improved their case by saying either a TMC leader died or these people were charged to death. Both had to be saved by the police, and there has been a clear failure to save. That is the larger point here. That is the larger point here. And one more thing I just want to say: this is not being said by BJP.
Okay, Tausif. Okay, Ishkaran.
Congress, Ranjan Chaudhary speaking the same thing.
But we have few things. Ishkaran.
Yeah, Tausif and
Ishkaran, when you're twisting the whole topic, I just want a civilized debate just for 2 minutes. Right? Now, no one is denying whatever happened in Birbhum. The justice will prevail. And Arnab, when I'm talking to you, I accept some kinds of civilized debate with you at least. I know you don't hear me out sometimes, but you have to understand when I talk sense. You want to target the chief minister. Of course, it is your right. You should target the chief minister and they should answer it, even the police, the home minister and everyone. But you think that West Bengal is going out of the boundaries. West Bengal is going a bizarre condition. There is no law and order. Let me tell you, my friend, Nupurji, Ishkaran, there has been 16 murders in last 24 hours in Uttar Pradesh.
Oh God!
Should we complain about it?
I can't believe this.
Whatever happened and how did don't say oh God.
This quality of argument.
Don't say Ya Allah. Don't say oh Bhagwan. I'll let you count.
You are shocking me. You are shocking me with your brazenness.
16 deaths happened in Uttar Pradesh. Who's responsible?
I'm not talking about murders. This has been a massacre. This has been a massacre.
Home Ministry.
It's a massacre. It's not obvious to you. You become blind. I want. Okay. Listen here. I'll tell you one thing.
Not out of car accident.
Mohammad Tausif Rahman. Mr. Rahman. No, you don't have to love me.
On national television.
No, you don't have to love me, but I have to say something to you. You have to.
India is in a kind of emergency.
No.
You have to accept it.
Tausif, please. I'll let Nupur come in. Then Shreya has to come back to the debate. I'll just say two things out here. And Shreya, Nupur will speak, and then you can come in on this. But I have one thing to say to you, that the mistake some political parties make very often is that they believe that when they win the mandate, they get a carte blanche. The people never give a carte blanche. And there have been innumerable examples in Bengal specifically, not that it doesn't happen in other states, of intimidation, misuse of the criminal justice system, misuse by the police the most barbaric level of political violence repeatedly happening, and to turn it around all and say, no, people are targeting Mamata Banerjee. How can you say that? How can I please have two people on the screen? How can you say that on the 14th of March, the Calcutta High Court acknowledged that there was a law and order problem in Bengal? They ordered police protection for 303 supposed victims of the post-poll violence who are still homeless. Is the Calcutta High Court also being vicious towards the truth? No. Was there stockpiling of bombs after the 2019 general elections? Was it reported in Rampurhat? It was. These are facts. If a ruling party does not want to see it, it's its problem. Nupur will speak, Shreya will respond. Nupur.
You know, Arnab, howsoever Tausif thinks he might be, he can't separate the Home Minister from the Chief Minister of West Bengal. He said, don't blame the Chief Minister, police, HM, everybody is responsible. The HM happens to be the CM. Home Affairs happen to be under the Chief Minister, Mamata Banerjee. Like I said earlier, buck stops there. And like you probably hit the nail right on its head. Has any other High Court in the recent past, in a BJP-ruled state, ever said that these are incidents of political revenge violence, and therefore, because of lack of trust in the state's investigative agency, we hereby order the investigation to central agencies like CBI? That's exactly what the West Bengal High Court did last year after the elections after the elections ended in 2021. In fact, they ordered a CBI inquiry in the post-poll political violence, and they also asked the NHRC to intervene and hear the pleas of the poll victims. You know, I was showing something on air, Arnab.
What is that?
It is from a media outlet not necessarily known to write in our favor ever. It hates us with a vengeance. The headline says, dragged by wire, head smashed, hacked, gory stories of post-poll violence in Mamata's Bengal. And it actually documents the very dastardly killing of a 35-year-old BJP worker, Abhijit Sarkar, who was nothing but a BJP worker and an idol maker in North Kolkata. And this is exactly what happened to him. The attackers used cable wires to make a noose around his neck and dragged him through the alley in front of his house and throughout the neighborhood. His pet dogs followed, and they all were beaten, bludgeoned to death. This is a document by a news outlet. I'd rather not name, but
no, that's okay. But you know, the thing is, Shreya,
if this is not a law and order problem in the state of West Bengal, tell me what is. I'll tell you something. One more thing. Maybe
you let her respond.
Maybe the Home Minister Mamata Banerjee would have served better to actually take control and cognizance of the law and order situation in West Bengal.
And she holds the home portfolio.
Rather than commenting on how and what kind of language the Honourable Governor should be using. She is more focused on the Governor's language, who is rightly asking for a report.
I say this today because Mamata Banerjee has the home portfolio. She should be concerned. You know, Shreya, on 13th of March, 2 councillors, Trinamool Congress councillor and a Congress councillor, were shot by unidentified assailants. You have a situation that is preening out of control, and I am quite surprised and in fact shocked that a party which says it has national ambitions is brazening this out. It cannot afford to brazen it out. There has to be acknowledgement, and acknowledgement on both sides. Find out who killed the Trinamool leader, but also find out who carried out this massacre.
No, I just want to answer. No.
Talking about UP is no solution to this.
Answer point by point, okay? On 2nd of May, the mandate came out. On 30th April, there was election. I'll talk about first-hand experience. My car was bombed. And the details and the entire report and the FIR on my father's election on 30th April. Let's not talk about anybody else. My car was bombed in North Calcutta. I was sitting in the behind car. There were police, security, everything. And we knew from before that they are going to attack my car because my father was in the hospital at that time on the day of election. Hearing to that, my father left Apollo Hospital and he came to the spot. And everything is on media and everything is on record. The people you are talking about were homeless, They came to us later. I have documents and I can prove it. I'm challenging you, I can prove it. They were given 2,000 rupees each. I can only talk about my area in North Calcutta. They were given 2,000 rupees each to go and complain to the Human Rights Commission. They have written it. They have come and accepted it. They have told me. They have told everybody. They have told the police.
This is
and they are
shameful,
still working.
Arnab.
All the people who were
She's
working
trying to
for the
actually
BJP.
say that the rape victim were never raped. She's trying to say those petitioners before the Honorable Supreme Court who went with rape complaints never raped. I'm sorry, madam. You don't know what I'm talking about till you read up and come. In the aftermath of the poll of West Bengal, women as elderly as in their middle ages went to the Supreme Court because your laxity.
I will have to Shreya and Nupur, I will have to invite you back one more time. But I just say this, please. Let's not, the moment we don't look at it from a humanitarian point of view, Shreya and Nupur, people across the country are shocked. And I can tell you, we run the #1 news channel in Bengal. The people in Bengal are also in a state of shock today, ladies and gentlemen.